I'd like to welcome you to the third and last day of our seminar on Shraddha to Nishtha and beyond. So today we're going to do 3 verses, 19, 20, and 21, and we will finish Nishtha Ruchi and all the way up to Prema. So we'll start with verse 19 here, and you have it also on your papers. I will sing one line, you can repeat after me. Tadarajas tamo bhavaha kamalabharayaschaye bharayaschaye cheta eta anavidham jai anahidham sitam savipasidati. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of nature's modes of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness, and he becomes completely happy. So this is describing Nishtha. How do we know when we come to Nishtha, what are the characteristics of a person at Nishtha? First, he has control of the gross and subtle senses, and he's steady in devotional service. He's always engaged, always very steady in his service. Secondly, he has good qualities like humility, tolerance, and kindness. But the most important symptom is that he can't stop chanting Hare Krishna. He's chanting the whole day. He's very attached to chanting the holy name. And this shows his steadiness. This is a symptom of the steadiness. Now, so I'm just going to tell a little bit about Ruchi now, some of the symptoms. According to His Holiness Sachinanda Swami, he's quoting from Bhajan Rahasya. First of all, Ruchi has the same unlimited desire to hear and chant about Krishna. The whole day long, he'll be hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna. Second symptom of Ruchi, all false identification, body as the self is destroyed. And third, all the obstacles are gone. And fourth, Krishna steals your heart. You can't, that's it. It's Krishna there and nobody else, and you can't do anything about it. Krishna is there. So now we can go to this chart, which I gave you yesterday also. Yesterday we talked about the right side, and today the left side of the chart. Today we're going to talk about the right side of the chart, and we're going to start from the bottom. These are 5 obstacles on the path to Nishtha. 5 obstacles. The first one is laya, or sleep. We fall asleep while we're chanting. We fall asleep during Bhagavatam class. That's an obstacle to Nishtha. There was one person was giving class in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, and the wife of the person giving class was in the DD room listening, and all of a sudden there was a pause, no sound, and she went out to see what happened, and the speaker fell asleep, and the whole class fell asleep too. So, that can happen. I don't know if you ever experienced it, but yeah, it can happen. The speaker might even fall asleep too. He wasn't nervous at all. So a second thing is called vikshepra, or distraction. And I think His Holiness Sachinanda Swami, he says that the cell phone is a weapon of distraction. Just like we have weapons of destruction that they kill you, we also have weapons of distraction. And one of them is the cell phone. For people, especially young people, they're plugged in, and you cannot unplug them from their phone, and they will get severe reactions if they don't have their phone with them, or the phone dies, or something happens to the phone. So this is distraction. The third obstacle is called apratipati, means you're not sleepy, you're not distracted, still you don't want to chant Hare Krishna. You really don't want to chant. Even you're not sleepy, you're not distracted, and still you got a problem there. And the fourth one is kashaya, or tendency toward bad habits, anger, and these bad qualities in the heart. And then the last one is called rasa svad, taste for sense pleasure. That you might be on your phone while you're chanting. You might be doing something, which distracts you. Again, it's a distraction, but also you want to enjoy something else instead of chanting. And so these are the 5 obstacles. When you get past these obstacles, then you will be on the level of Nishtha. So, yes. Now, we heard yesterday that the lower modes are not completely finished. We heard 75%, but here it says Raja and Tama. They are finished in the sense that you're in the mode of goodness and they are under control. So there's one word in Ayurvedic medicine which tells how you are healthy. There's one word, and it's the same word, talks about when the modes of nature are in a good situation. There's one word, and it can be used in Ayurvedic medicine, or it can be used to describe the modes. Can anybody guess what that one word could be? Yes. And that word is balance. When you're healthy, your doses are balanced, and when you're in the mode of goodness, that means your modes are balanced. They're under control. The lower modes might be a little bit there, but they're under control. You're not greedy, you're not angry, but you use the mode of passion in your service. You do sleep, so you can. So that's the mode of ignorance, is sleeping, and you need that to be healthy. Also, you need to sleep in order to have a healthy body. And it's one of the symptoms of intelligence is sleep, actually, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. So yes, now the problem we have now is we have this false ego, and it creates a false identity. And because we're not the person who we really are, then we are in anxiety, because we are pretending to be something that we are not. We are pretending, yes. So that causes anxiety. So let's see. We have now, we have relationships in this world, but we also have our spiritual relationship. So you can look on your prayer sheet. We're going to sing the first one to tell what is your spiritual relationship. Who is your spiritual relationship? Who is it with? So that is, you have new prayers for today, not your yesterday's ones. These are 2 from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I'll sing one line and you can repeat. Chaitanya Radasamui, Chaitanya Radas, Chaitanya Radasamui, Chaitanya Radas, Chaitanya Radasamui, Taradashadash, Chaitanya Radasamui, Taradashadash. I'm a servant of Lord Chaitanya, a servant of Lord Chaitanya. I'm a servant of Lord Chaitanya and a servant of his servants. So this was spoken by Advaita Prabhu of the Panchatattva. He said this prayer. And so, yes, this is what happens when we come to the level of Nishtha, that we know who we are, we remember who we are. Because the whole day we're forgetting, your super soul helps us forget who we really are. But this is our identity. And so when we come to this level of ruchi, especially namabhas, actually even not even ruchi, this clearing stage where we come to Nishtha, His Holiness Satchidananda Swami describes 3 results of chanting in the level of namabhas. That's the clearing stage of devotional service. Namabhas. First of all, we will have fixed faith. So we'll come to Nishtha. That's one of the symptoms of the clearing stage, getting through namabhas. Second, our sinful reactions will be gone. Also, we don't have any karma. Third, we are protected, we're liberated from the effects of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, so many bad things are happening now in the world, and these are the effects of Kali Yuga. And fourth thing, disappearance of fear and advent of peace. We'll become fearless. So if you're not fearless, that means you still have work to do. You have to go through Namabas. One reporter asked Prabhupada, what is the symptom of liberation? And Srila Prabhupada said, liberation means that you are fearless. You are fearless. So this is another symptom of Namabas is you're protected from the influence of ghosts and adverse planets. Rahu, Saturn, Ketu become your friends, and they help you in your devotional service. And so isn't that a nice place to be? You don't have to worry about your astrology anymore when you come to go through Namabas. And you get the 4 goals of life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, which means you become naturally, spontaneously, you do the right thing. You do the dharma, do the proper dharma. Religious behavior, you're just naturally doing it. And secondly, you have everything you need in life to live, to maintain yourself. And thirdly, you're enjoying. You have whatever you need to satisfy your desires. And fourth, you have liberation. So all these come when in Namabas. And of course, you get great happiness also. So we need to come to the level of sattva gun, and that's what this verse says, that we must come to the level of sattva gun, and then the modes of passion and ignorance will no longer pierce our heart. Before coming to Nishtha, we feel this heartache. We have this pinching in our heart, and that is the modes of passion and ignorance. So this will go away. This will go away. And then, stitam sattve, in the mode of goodness. Prasidati, we'll be happy. We'll be joyful. And Prabhupada in the purport, he talks about this. A living being in his normal constitutional position is fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. This is Brahma Bhuta or Atmanandi, self-satisfaction. It's not like the satisfaction of the inactive fool, like a cat and dog. They're sitting silently. That is useless. The devotee is active. Yes. I don't know if that's, well, anyway, it was somewhere in that purport. Yeah, the first paragraph. Yeah, it was the first paragraph. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. And of course, we cannot just remain in goodness. We have to go to pure goodness. So in the next, let's see. Oh, no, we won't go to the next verse just yet, because at the beginning of this verse in Sanskrit is the word tada. Tada means at that time. Which time? Which time do you come to Nishtha? When you have become a true Brahmin. So when you're fixed, when you think, I'll give this life for Krishna. This is for Krishna. Prabhupada talked to Bhakti Chara Maharaj. He said, you spend billions of lifetimes in sense gratification. Just give this one life to Krishna. And if you want, you can have billions of more lives in sense gratification. So we have that same instruction by Prabhupada that, we can give this life to Krishna. In one sense, it's a gamble. We don't gamble. Devotees don't gamble. But Prabhupada said, yes, we do gamble in the sense that we are gambling this life for Krishna. And we will see the results. Yes, we are also gambling, hoping that we will go back to Godhead. So verse 20, we'll go to the next verse. And you have it on your verse sheet also. Coming? Well, you have it on your verse sheet. There we go. Evam prasana manaso Bhagavat Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangha Sajayate. Those established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord, gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. So this means our knowledge is not just sambandha, it's not just we know about our relationship, but we act in our relationship with abhidya. So we've been hearing about the heart from the first day, that everything's happening in the heart. First of all, the Lord in the heart, he's cleaning the heart. And then second, almost all the dirty things are gone. Then third, lust and greediness are removed, come into goodness. And now we come into unalloyed goodness, and you become very joyful. Yeah. And if you are not happy, that means you are not in unalloyed goodness. You're maybe in the mode of goodness, because that comes and goes. You have to be steady. When you become steady, then you're happy in the mode of goodness too. And so yes, evam prasanna. As soon as you understand you have nothing to do with matter, then you can become happy. And you don't have material hankerings anymore. You're a spiritual person. So just like we have visited Jaipur and visited the temple Radha Govinda. Now in Jaipur, the whole city goes to Mangalarti, like few thousand people. They all go to Mangalarti. So when I was in Jaipur, I was up at 4 a.m, and I could hear people running in the streets, shouting, "Govinda, Govinda!" Like they couldn't wait to see Govinda. So this is spontaneous. They're very happy people. And this is spontaneous love of Krishna. Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. So this means, Vijnana means practical application. That means you are actually practicing. And then you come to Ruchi. This is also Ruchi. Of course, we all have Ruchi to some extent, but it's not 24 hours. When you come to the level of Ruchi, then it's 24 hours a day. So now, how does our little Ruchi, whatever taste we have, how does it help us now before we come to the higher stages? It makes our faith stronger, and we can resist temptations. So that's one thing it does. It also destroys ignorance. So yes, Lord Krishna explains that we get a spiritual pleasure, param dishtva nivartate. And also Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Instruction, verse 7, it says, the holy name, the character, pastimes, activities of Krishna are all transcendentally sweet, like sugar candy. So although the tongue of one afflicted by jaundice of ignorance cannot taste anything sweet, it's wonderful simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day. A natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So did you know the holy name has a flavor? And what's the flavor of the holy name? It's sweet. It's a sweet flavor. Because we're meant to taste the holy name, actually. It starts with the tongue. We taste prasad, and we taste the holy name. And and eventually it'll taste very sweet. So what are the symptoms of ruchi? All the obstacles to chanting and hearing, like fatigue and hunger, are no longer there. And then you have, second symptom is you have an insatiable appetite for even seemingly insignificant devotional practices, even small little things. You relish. At one time I asked His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj in India, he's an Indian person. I asked him, how can we study Srimad Bhagavatam? And he said, I don't study, I relish. I relish Bhagavatam. That was Radha Govinda Maharaj. Yes, he also did tell us how to study. He gave us there's a verse in the last chapter, 13, I believe it's 13:13 anyway. It tells you how to study Bhagavatam. So yes, these are the symptoms of ruchi, and no hunger, no thirst, no fear, no lamentation, no illusion. And but false ego, although you're in ruchi, there is a little false ego there, and you can see it in two ways. Sometimes there may be an attachment to the happiness of devotion. You might be attached to being happy all the time. And then the second thing is there may be still some unwanted habits caused by offenses. If you made offenses to devotees, even in ruchi, the effects may still be there, and you have a little problem with that. So let's go on. What happens after ruchi? We'll go to verse 21. Vidyate hridaya grantish, vidyate hridaya grantish, chityante sarvasangshaya, sarvasangshaya, kshiyante jas karmani, dishta evat manishvare. Thus, the knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. Okay, we have a knot in our heart. Does anybody know the name of it? What is the name? Is a Sanskrit name one word and English 2 words? No, that's not in the heart, but there's a name for it. That's a Sanskrit word for knot in the heart. I can't hear what. Atma. That's not the knot, that's the soul. Okay, so the name is false ego or ahankara. That's the knot. And that's what Prabhupada says in this purport here. The knot is ahankara. It's tying two things together. If you have a knot, that means you're tying something to something. So what is this knot of false ego tying together? One thing and another thing is tying together. What are those two things that the knot is tying together in our heart? Yep, spirit and matter, very good. Body and soul. It's tying our body, our soul to this body. It's tying spirit and matter together. Prabhupada says that in the purport also. So matter and spirit, they're knotted by false ego. Again, another name is Hridaya Granthi. And the knot, you can have many knots. You can have a family, many knots, and then land, bank balance, car, house, all these things, they're like knots also. Of course, for devotees, we're not bound up by the knots because we can use all this in Krishna's service. But if we see them not as separate from Krishna, then that's a knot in the heart, then it's a knot. You see our family relationship to Krishna, servants of Krishna, then that's proper vision. So this is liberation. Prabhupada said liberation means there's two things we have to do. We cultivate the positive and we cut down the negative. Two things. Try to give up the unwanted things at the same time. We are chanting and doing positive things as well. So how do we get free from karma? There is a verse in Brahma Samhita, karmani nirdhatikintu chabhakti bhajam. So everybody has karma from Indra down to the ant. There's a small insect called Indragopa. There's Indra to Indragopa. They use that always in Sanskrit. Indragopa is a very tiny little insect. They all have karma. And so Prabhupada says, how do we get rid of karma? He gives the example of chickpeas. Chickpeas, if you put in the ground, they will grow. But if you first fry the chickpeas, then put them in the ground, they won't grow. So we fry our karma by doing devotional service. Devotional service fries our karma. So that's a very good reason why we should do our devotional service. So now in this purport, we're going to go back to our video camera. Now this is paragraph 2. And somewhere in paragraph 2, and I don't know where, but somewhere in there. Let's see. In Bhagavad Gita, it starts where I'm quoting from where he quotes from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita 10:11, the Lord says that in order to show special favor to his pure devotees, he personally eradicates the dense darkness of all misgivings by switching on the light of pure knowledge within the heart of a devotee. So we do have a light switch in our heart. And when we hear and chant nicely, then Krishna will turn on the switch in the heart. He will turn on I think he just turned it off up there. It's going on and off through the whole class. So I think it has something to do with photography, maybe. Yes, the photographer. Sorry, you should have opened it. Anyway. But our heart, we do have a switch, and Krishna, he switches on the light of knowledge, so then we can see what's there. Then if we go to the end of this paragraph 2, Prabhupada gives us the process of enlightenment. Enlightenment comes from the Lord in the heart. Paragraph 2, the end, When the devotee submissively hears in parampara. And what happens if you submissively hear? Then I don't see it here, but anyway. It must be the end of the purport. I don't see it. Okay. Well, it's some purport somewhere. Yes. So he switches on the light, and then, so are you in verse 21. The Lord unties the knot in the heart. So you don't have to worry about the knot. Krishna will personally come and untie the knot, Prabhupada says here. Oh, that's paragraph 3, Yes, I think. This enlightenment perfectly enables the devotee to distinguish spirit from matter, because the knot of spirit and matter is untied by the Lord. Okay, somewhere there. Spirit and matter, that's at the top. There it says that, you can see it. The knot is untied by the Lord. And so the Lord is very affectionate to his devotees, and devotee doesn't have karma, but at the same time, he doesn't want to go heaven or hell. He wants to go back to Godhead. So that's, and Prabhupada encourages us to be eager for that, eager to go back to Godhead. So I'll just give some examples of devotees when Prabhupada was here, how Prabhupada encouraged the devotees. First, the book distributors. Prabhupada, this was in Chicago, 1975. There were like 5 or 6 buses of book distributors all came together. And so Prabhupada said, Vishwamitra, he performed heavy austerity for 60,000 years, and you can get the same benefit on a few days of Sankirtan. So those who go out and distribute books, that's for you. Now, what if you're a pujari? In Vrindavan, there weren't enough pujaris. So Srila Prabhupada, he said, the highest service a human being can perform is to be a pujari. Because although the pujari has a material body, the pujari serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pujari wakes the Lord up, bathes, dresses, and feeds him. And these are activities of the spiritual world. But the pujari does them in this world. So this is perfection of human life. Nothing higher than being a pujari. If you're a pujari, you have attained your constitutional position even within samsara. This person is liberated. So that was Prabhupada's comment on being a pujari. And about deity worship, he said, you must decorate the deities very nicely. And by decorating the deities, you decorate your heart. So I'll just say a little bit about higher stages. And here we have a Vrindavan dog, not Vrindavan, Radhakund dog. And so Satchidananda Swami said, this dog is my guru. He's teaching me. So let's hear what Maharaj learned from this dog. One morning, as I peacefully chanted my japa, Litakund to the left, I heard him for the first time. He was moaning with heart-rending intensity. The cry came from somewhere before the iron gate at the back of our ashram. There was something intense, almost human, in his moaning, which made me get out of my room to see if I could help. When I opened the gate, looked, he was gone. Next morning, he was back, wailing even louder. This time I found him. His head was pointed beyond Radhakund towards the direction of Lalitakund. He was sobbing, whining, wailing, beside himself with grief. He had melted the hearts of 2 monkeys. One was caressing him on one side and saying something in his ear, another monkey on the other side saying something. And, this was very, monkeys are usually very interested in their own self, very self-centered. And they're enemies, actually. In Vrindavan, the dogs chase the monkeys. But these monkeys were trying to help this dog. He was just crying so badly. And so later on, he saw the dog in the temple of Radha Gopinath. And he was just sitting in front of the deities and crying. So he said, this dog is one of my gurus who confirmed a teaching of Srila Prabhupada. The only price for Krishna consciousness are your sincere tears shed out of longing for the king and queen of Vrindavan forest. So, this separation is very, very, this is Shastaka 7, Yugayitam Nimeshana, that even a second is like 100 million years. So nectar devotion shows we can have Raganuga even during the Bhajana Kriya, even in Bhajana Kriya. Prabhupada says in chapter 2 of Nectar of Devotion that Raganuga refers to the point at which, by following the regulative principles, one becomes a little more attached to Krishna and executes devotional service out of natural love. For example, a person engaged in devotional service may be ordered to rise early in the morning and offer arti, which is a form of deity worship. In the beginning, by the order of his spiritual master, one rises early in the morning and offers arti, but then he develops real attachment. When he gets this attachment, he tries to decorate the deity and prepare different kinds of dress and think of different plans to execute his devotional service. Although it is within the category of practice, this offering of loving service is spontaneous. So yes, we can have, even now we can have some spontaneity in our service to Krishna. So I'll tell one last story. Prabhupada and a couple of sannyasis were in Juhu Beach, Bombay, visiting one lady. She invited them for lunch, and they were sitting in the living room waiting for her, and all of a sudden she burst through the doors, and she was singing a Brijbasi bhajan and playing on violin. And one of the sannyasis just kind of raised his eyes like, oh my God, she's such a sahaja. And Prabhupada said, no, this is spontaneous devotion, Prabhupada said. She's a Vaishnava from birth, and you're just beginning to learn how to be a Vaishnava. So Prabhupada appreciated. Also the Brijbasis, sometimes he would have conversations with the Brijbasis, and he would say, yes, these are liberated souls. They are special people. So now the last, you can go to this, your prayer sheet, the last prayer on your sheet. And it's telling you what you should expect to get by performing devotional service and what should be your desire in doing service. Prema tana vina vyarta dorita jivan. Prema tana vina vyarta dorita jivan. Dasakari beta more deho prematan. Daskari betan more, deho prematan. Without love of Godhead, my life is useless. Therefore, I pray you accept me as your servant and give me the salary of ecstatic love of God. So that's what we got in the early days. We didn't get any money. Our salary was bhava. And Prabhupada, he gave us a taste of bhava, doing Harinam 10 hours a day on the streets. It really gave us bhava. So I think we do have Harinam today, so you can get a taste also in Harinam. So when you chant, you can remember what is your goal, who are you, what is your identity, and what is your goal. You want to have this salary of prema or bhava. So I'll stop here, and if you have any questions, you can ask at this point. Yes?
You said that when we are chanting the name of God, we are free from the impulse or many things,
Yeah.
planets, Rahu, Saturn.
Yeah, I was quoting His Holiness Sachidananda Swami, yes.
Yeah. So I'm in Shani period since at least 17 years.
You're in Sunny period.
Yeah. Shani is last Shani, Rahu, Ketu, and I'm another 1 hour.
Hmm?
And my external life totally disaster means started really.
Your material life is finished. That's good, huh? Yeah, well, Krishna must be giving you a hint. A hint. What should you be doing? And your age might have something to do with it also. It's not the age for, being in the material world and being happy there. You're what? Oh, it started in your 30s. Oh, yeah, well, devotees start early. We start early, yeah. I joined when I was 22. Yeah, I know, Saturn start. Yeah, so, yeah, if you can accept it as Krishna's mercy, then you'll get mercy. If you can accept, oh, this is really mercy of Krishna.
I understand. Sometimes because we can hear from Bhagavatam when Krishna is saying, when I favor someone, I'm taking my first signs and taking everything from that person.
So that happened, huh?
Often I ask Krishna, you love me so much.
Yes, it's true. Not everybody gets that mercy. And if you see it as mercy, then you'll be happy. And if you see it as your planets, then you will not be happy. You blame, this is Sunny, he's doing this to me. But no, this is, you lost everything. Well, now you got your real parents. That's why. Yeah, you lost your temporary parents, and you got your real parents, and now you're old enough that you don't have to depend so much on your parents. You've grown up. No, and like my son tells me, Mom, I'm 37. I'm okay. You don't have to worry anymore, but I still worry. Anyway, yeah, it means he's showing you. Do you really need this? Do you need this, or you don't need this? Yeah, good. Just see. You have realized. Yeah, it's not exactly what you would before. If you were not a devotee in your sunny period, then you would be depressed. You would have to take pills. You would anxiety and go to the psychiatrist, mental doctor for help. But now you just chant and you serve the deities. You don't need the pills. You don't need the doctor. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
I want to say thank you very much for this wonderful seminar. I want to tell you, for me, this was very important seminar because
Oh, okay. You have the obstacles there.
And then I was questioning myself, what is wrong with me? What's happened with me? To who I can ask some questions and give the right answer. And then I say, it's one amazing thing that happened with Krishna, because it's, as he looked at me, I say, it's personal, no? And I think he knows, and he just say, go to this seminar, and it's you, because I remember for many years when you come here, we go to Vishaka's house and have seminar with you. It was amazing, and thank you very much for the seminar. It's helped me a lot to take again my way.
Now, sometimes when we're practicing devotional service, we think it's only happening to me and not anybody else. So it's kind of comforting to know that everybody's going through the same thing as I am. We all have the same obstacles. We all have this. Yeah, like when I gave the seminar in Anviks, there was one devotee, she's Pujari, and she said, I'm so grateful to know that we are all going through anartha-nivritti. It's not just me. It's not me who have these qualities. And oh my goodness. Yes, one time, one devotee said to Srila Prabhupada that, it seems like after I became devotee, I got more bad qualities than I had before. And Srila Prabhupada answered, it's just like if you have a house and you don't clean it for 5 years. What will happen when you start to clean the house? The dust will fly. And you will see the dust flying. You will think, oh, so dirty. So our heart has been dirty for millions of births, and now we start cleaning, and we see sometimes things that, we will never think of before. And they're coming up from previous lives. And so we don't think, oh, that's me. That's just, just remember, oh, that's, okay, it's my crazy mind. But it's not me. No, I didn't think that. It's not my idea to think all these things. It may be Kali Yuga, it may be, bad influences, it may be previous lives also. So we don't follow it. We don't think, oh, that's me and I have to do this. No. Some people say, you have to go through all your material desires before you can become self-realized. But no, we don't believe that as devotees. You don't have to go through your karma. You can reject your karma also. Like sometimes ladies, oh, I have the karma to get married now. Yes, this must happen. But then it doesn't happen because your karma is finished. Or you should have had children. The children don't come. Yes, our karma is in Krishna's hands now. But we do have to try to take out the weeds that are growing along with our devotional creeper. And Chaitanya Charitamrita gives a nice list of all the weeds which are growing in there. So we can look for them, look out for them, be careful, not to help grow the weeds. Okay, any other questions? Yes.
Nishtha platform,
Nishtha.
then the most of passion and ignorance are under control.
Yeah.
It means we are controlling them, or like Krishna.
Yeah. No, you're on the level of you're getting to the level of Goswami. Yes. Yeah, you are controlling the senses. So you can even be guru at the level of Nishtha. Because it says one who can tolerate the urge of the tongue, belly, genitals, and speech and anger, he can be a guru and deliver the world. If you can tolerate, the urges are there, but you're tolerating. And that's what Nectar of Instruction says, first verse. These urges are there in all material bodies. So if we can tolerate, then fine. But it's 75%. So there's another 25% you have to be careful about. Don't think, oh, no, I made it. No. Don't think, oh, yeah, Nishtha, okay. I'm safe. No. Don't think like that. Yes? Oh, go ahead. Okay. Second verse. Okay. Evam Prasanna. So. Oh, that's verse 17. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada kind of answered that question also. The truthful devotee is one who actually understands that he's not this body and he's a spiritual being, and he acts on that level that he's chanting. The devotee's chanting. He's trying to chant in here. So that's the truth. The truth is that we are not the body, we are spirit soul, and we're meant to do devotional service. That's the truth. So, benefactor of the truthful devotee. Because we might not completely know the truth. And that I will talk about tonight also. That there is a verse, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvaha. If we know Janma, Krishna's birth and activities, then we, after leaving the body, we go back to Godhead. We don't come back here. And then Prabhupada gave a lecture on that verse. And he said, even if you don't know the truth, if you just try to know the truth, you won't come back and you'll go back to Godhead. So Prabhupada is very merciful. He's giving us concessions all over the place. Krishna is very heavy, truthful devotee, yes. But Prabhupada, he gives concessions. And you can read the purport of that verse 17 to see if you can find more hints in that purport about what Prabhupada says about the truthful devotee. I might have something, let me just quickly check here in my notes on verse 17. That's here. Let me check about that. Truthful devotee. I think I might have something. The dirty thing, grace of God. Well, here it says, Prabhupada says that we have these dirty things in the heart. So, let's see. If we are serious to hear, yes, where is it? What are the dirty? Oh, here's the dirty thing. I'll be happy by material enjoyment. This is the basis of dirty things. And I'll be happy here by enjoying in this world. So if you think, I won't be happy here, then that helps. Then you're more truthful. If you're not truthful, that means you're still trying to enjoy. Yeah, I'll be happy. I can be happy with these things in this world. That's not truthful. No. Yeah, let me see if I can find anything else. I don't think I have anything else on that. Nope. That's what I have. Truthful devotee. You can also check the purport for any more clues on what Prabhupada means by that. We would have to look at the synonyms also to see what is the Sanskrit word there for truthful. I guess you could go to verse 17 and see. Go back, because I don't... Oh, are you off? Yeah, you had a question? Oh, okay. Yes.
Text 21, it says,
Yeah.
when one sees itself as master.
Oh, yeah, that's always an interesting question. It seems contradictory.
Yeah, which self are we talking about? Is the self
Yeah.
the super self?
Yeah. They used to, in the old days, I guess in the early editions, it was a capital S. Yeah, it was capital S. But, okay, so we are in 17. Okay, I'll answer that in a minute. Another way to look at it, to see, we become Goswami again, that we control the senses, solar self is the master. When we become Goswami, and in control of the senses. So we see the self as master. In that sense, our self can also be master when we control the senses. We can also be master. But originally, I believe it was a capital S, and we took it, see, the Lord is master. That's how we took it originally. And then they took off the capital S, and now we can also become master. The soul becomes master. And that's in Gita, end of chapter 3 also. The soul is the highest, and intelligence, and mind, and senses. But now in material life, it's the reverse. The senses are in control of the mind, the intelligence, and the soul. And but no, when we reverse it, then we have that. Okay, let's see the synonyms. Synonyms, not cinnamon. Okay, where does it say truthful? Satam, at the last. Satam. Yeah, that's a truth. That's a saintly person. Satam is sat means truth. Sat means truth. It also can mean eternality, like Sat Chit Ananda. In that sense, it's eternal. So it's the soul. Spiritual people, those who are, who are living as soul or spiritual people. Satam Prasangat Mama Virya Samvido. There's a verse in Kapila 3:25-25 where it says that Satam Prasangam, if you associate with these people, Satam, then that you will get a medicine that will be good for your heart, rasayan. Rasayan means it's a nectar. You'll get nectar for your heart. It will cure your heart disease. And you will go from Shraddha to Rati to Bhakti. It also talks about the path from Shraddha to Prema. And Prema is called Bhakti, and Ruchi is called Rati, or Asakti. It also can be Asakti. You're actually attached to, you're absorbed and attached to Krishna. Yeah. Okay, you have another one?
I would like to come back to my yesterday's question.
Your sunny question? Oh, yesterday. Oh, well, you had so many, I don't remember which one.
I asked, when we're on Nishtha platform, like, 75% say, but what we can do when we're on Nishtha to go, to really like
Yeah, what can you do? Yeah. Yeah, so it's association with devotees is the main thing that you hear from people who are on the higher levels, and that will help you to go higher. You can also pray to those people. You can pray to Prabhupada, he's on that level. In Patanjali Yoga, it says if you think of somebody like an advanced person, you will get a percentage of their qualities. I can't remember. I think it's 1/100th or 1/10th or something. You'll get 1/10 of their qualities just by meditating on them.
One time I saw my spiritual master, he was wrong in front of deities. And I came to him and I saw how he's changing. I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah. You can get it just by meditation.
Yeah, but then I want to go to that. I know, all my advice I have seen, and I know what I have to do.
Okay. See? You know. You know the answer.
Yeah, but you help me, that if I will meditate more, maybe I will be fast.
Yeah, you meditate. That's just part of devotional service. Be attached to the satam again. Be attached to the pure devotees, and then you will also become a pure devotee. You study their life. You study Prabhupada's life. How did he behave? How did he apply the philosophy? The books are there, but you can misunderstand the books unless you see the example of a living Bhagavat. So Prabhupada was that living Bhagavat. And he took the books and he applied them in certain ways that we can get inspired to. That's Acharya. He was Acharya, and he showed us how to behave as devotees. And so we need to see that. And that's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says that real religion is the behavior of the devotees. That's real religion in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, you'll find religion in the behavior of the devotees. Mahabharata says the same thing. Dharmasya tattva nihitam guhayam, that real religion is in the heart of the devotees. Dharma, you'll find dharma hidden in the heart. So Mahajano, Yena, Gatas, Panta, we have to follow their paths. We have to follow their paths. So yeah, it sounds like you got special mercy if Krishna took everything from you. But he didn't take your mind and intelligence, so that's good. You can still think. You can... Huh? He can take that too. Okay, you don't mind. He can steal it. Yeah, he can steal your heart. I mean, that's the symptom of ruchi. Yeah, ruchi is Krishna steals your heart. Yeah, you can. Yes, there is that T-shirt. I lost my heart in Vrindavan. So, yes, when Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura, he took the minds of the gopis and the hearts with him. They lost them. They lost their hearts and mind. Because Krishna took it with him. Okay. Any other questions? Huh? Circumambulating. Okay. Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. How to chant with attention. 7 words. No, I said just try to hear yourself chant sincerely. So just try to, that's the first 3. And then hear yourself chant sincerely. And we discussed what it meant to be sincere. That was what we said. 7 words. Just try to hear yourself chant sincerely. So he has the 3 going, the chanting, the hearing, and the heart also. Those 3 things. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
Simple question. If we want to learn more about Prabhupada and his example, which would be the best book?
Well, I mean, there's Lilamrita, which is, the first one that was written. But I would also say, there's these books, the Memories of Prabhupada, where you have all the ordinary devotees, the great devotees, all the Prabhupada disciples giving their memories. And then, this is also videos. These are videos. And then there's other videos by Yadubara called Following Srila Prabhupada. And these, I think, have come in books also, maybe. They might have come in books, because I think I have, copied some of them. I'm not sure about that, but I know the memories have come in books. So you can get the books from BBT. But they're just as good or better than Lilamrita, because it's just all personal experiences with Prabhupada, all very personal, and you don't normally hear. Oh, and there's another one about the 350 Prabhupada disciple ladies, Bond of Love. And so each lady is telling her different experience with Srila Prabhupada, Bond of Love. Okay, any other? Yes?
That's one
Advertisement.
advertisement. BT has just published Prabhupada Lamrita as an audiobook.
The what? Lilamrita.
Lamrita as an audiobook.
Audiobook.
And I have not read Lamrita maybe for 30 years like that. So now I bought it and I just listened to the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
So, okay, you can get audiobook of Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita.
It's 18 euros.
18 euros, and you have it here.
For 1 book, and there's 6 books.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Audiobook of. Okay. Okay. Any other questions or comments on this? Yes. Okay, well, let's read verse 21, what it says, and then we will find out more. And I don't think I have to look for it in my notes, actually. Are you going to put it up there? Okay, put it up on. That'll be probably faster than me, or it might not be. There we go. It's faster. Okay, let's see the translation. The knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings cut to pieces. Chain of fruit of action is terminated and one sees the self as master. So in the purport, Prabhupada explains that the path of enlightenment is about hearing about Krishna. Let's go down in the purport a little bit. So, seeing one's own self simultaneously. Knowledge of the personality of Godhead means seeing one's own self simultaneously. Okay, now go down. Okay, episode 2. As soon as the Krishna sun is arisen within one's heart, the darkness of material speculation is cleared. Okay, keep going. Becomes clearly manifest by the mercy of Krishna. Okay, so here, the Lord, Bhagavad Gita 10:11. So when you come to that level, that's a pretty high level. It looks like it's at the level of bhava here. It's a high level. A devotee is enlightened. Devotee cannot remain in darkness because the devotee is enlightened by the personality of Godhead. His knowledge is certainly perfect. So yeah, when we come to that, it doesn't say here, but it does talk about the path of enlightenment. You get knowledge from Krishna, and then he reveals himself. And then there's that verse, the first day, Yasya Devi Parabhakti Yata Devi Tata Guru. When you worship the Guru and Krishna, then Krishna reveals himself. And you worship by the tongue. Yes, you worship by the tongue also. That one, that's another verse. Okay, let's see more of this here. Parampara, by parampara. Submissive oral receiver and service and surrender. There we go. The devotees are submissive and Super Soul helps. This enlightenment enables the devotee to distinguish spirit from matter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not specific, but the verse is, actually also you can check on Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on these verses in Bhagavatam. Here we have our 9 stages from Shraddha to Prema. He makes 14 different levels. So it comes more in detail. So you can study Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary on these verses. What's that? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So this will give you more. Pardon me? This, well, he says it's these verses here. That's in his commentary. To 1 to 17 to 21. These verses. Yeah. His commentary to these verses. Yeah, if you know Adi Purusha, he knows these things, these levels. You don't know him, okay. Yeah, Adi Purusha Das. Yeah, you know him, I think. Okay. Yeah, he's the one, he was in my Bhakti Vaibhav class, Sanskrit scholar, and he showed us these 14 levels of, going from Shraddha to Prema. 14 levels. Yeah. So you can check out, he said it's from Vishwanath Chakravarti. So you can, if you want to know more, then you can go there. Yeah, exactly. It's all there in Gita. Gita is seed, and Bhagavatam is the flower and the plant coming up. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki